Poland. He's reinforcing his battleground so that he has two. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to take West Germany. I want to block him from moving into France. And I'm going to take Italy as well, blocking him from moving into France again. So we're going to force him to spend either de Gaulle or de-Stalinization, place in Africa to try to get access there. One additional, so we're going to do 4 and 3. We get 2 bonus with the optional. And the choice here is usually you're going to overprotect Italy, or you're going to go into Iran and you're going to make it difficult for him to coup. And the USSR loves the first round Iran coup because if you can flip that to Soviet influence, you're blocking the United States from spreading into Pakistan and Afghanistan, and you're kind of clearing them out of the Middle East. So I'm going to take a look at my cards. What do I have? I've got a bunch of blue cards, US cards. That's good. The bad news is it means Tuco probably has a lot of flexibility for event options. He might have socialist governments. If he has socialist governments, he can strip me out of some countries in Europe and he can aggressively move in first turn. If he has Vietnam revolts, he can place into Vietnam and start expanding into Thailand, early turn and scoring as well. So because I don't have his cards, I don't know what he has and what he doesn't have. So I'm going to assume maybe he's got sock gov, maybe he's got de-stall and duck and cover, so maybe he can make a play on France. Because of this, I'm going to be reinforcing Iran, and so I'm going to put my 2 bonus. And when I take a look at my cards, I see they're mostly weak. There's nothing that really jumps out at me. And so, I mean, the 2 moves I think are kind of obvious here, maybe 3. I could go with Marshall Plan, and I could try to protect Europe. That way, if he flips Italy, I'm not going to lose points because I'll be able to control Turkey and Greece and Spain. I could go with Eastern European unrest. That would remove him from Yugoslavia because maybe his coup into Italy isn't successful. That would also force him probably into the Iranian coup. So that's an interesting option. Or I could go with containment. And containment's just going to increase the odds for all of my cards by 1. So it gives me a super powerful response to anything he does. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. So containment. He is making a play for Europe with socialist governments. Totally expected. It's what you expect someone like Tuco to do. He loves going for Italy and then France and then trying to sweep me out of West Germany. So my guess is he's going to remove 2 in Italy and he's going to be cooing it to just absolutely remove me. Let's see. Waiting for USSR move. So start of the game, USSR is in control and the US is really defensive. They always get first turn coup. Duck and cover and placing. Okay, so he's got 3 battlegrounds, but he has no non-battlegrounds, so he doesn't have domination yet. We can either, I think we can either protect Iran here, or we can try to shore ourselves up against Europe. And I'm not that worried about Europe. I'd like to have more control over, I'd like to have more defensiveness here. So I'm going to play Formosan Revolutions, a 2-op card. It's a 3-op card for me because I played Containment. Beautiful. So I'm going to make Iran an unattractive Q target. I'm going to place 1 in Iraq just in case. And let's, what should we do? Let's put 1 into the UK because he might have special relationship. That might be why he's stripped out of the UK instead of West Germany. And if he does, let's take advantage of that. So he's looking at a DEFCON status 4, which means he can coup in Asia and he can coup in the Middle East. He could also go for Panama. We've made Iran a pretty unappealing target. I don't think he can get us out of there. Even with a 4-op card, he's going to need to roll what? He's going to need to roll 6. Yeah, he'll need to roll 6 to get control of that. That's really unlikely. So let's see what he does. I've got the option of Marshall Plan at some point to defend Europe. Okay, so he's placed in Afghanistan. So he's threatening to move into Pakistan, right? And if he moves into Pakistan, he blocks me. The bad news for Tuco is that I've got a bunch of powerful cards DEFCON status is 4, and so I don't care about the fact that I don't care about the fact that he's moving influence in. I'm going to coup it, which is great. We won. Good job. That was a terrible move, Tuco. Right? I've got containment. I have no shortage of ops. And not only that, because I've got adjacency with Afghanistan, I'm now 1 VP up when Asia scores. Oh, he wants to play a coup game. Okay, we can do this. I'm totally happy to get involved in these another 4-op coup in Afghanistan. There you go. What do you want to do? You want to keep doing this? Hmm? I don't think he wants to keep doing this. I can keep it up. Actually, I don't know if I can because I got a bunch of 1-op cards. We'll see what happens. I think he's going to leave 4 well enough alone because what are you going to do with that? Special relationship. There you go. Thank you. So we're going to, we'll put it in France. That might not be the best move because de Gaulle is going to come and clear it out, but it's possible that I can strip him. There's one interesting possibility here is I've got Truman. I can hold that. He's already played sock up, so he can't clear me out of Italy. So maybe if I break Italy at the end of the turn, let's see. So he's put one into South Korea. Okay, whatever. And he's put some into Iraq. Let's burn Nasser. We're going to play this event before ops. So the USSR gets control of Egypt, and then we're going to launch a coup because we can. There we go. And so the advantage is we've taken Nasser, USSR card, always threatening in the Middle East, and we've removed it out of the game because the event is gone. That does give him Egypt as a nice coup target because it's only 1-op, but it looks like he's not going to do anything with that. So there are 2 moves left in the game this turn. He's playing decolonization, which is interesting because if he places outside, he's placed here in Asia, which is understandable. Milops has dropped to 3, so I can't coup in Asia. Well, this isn't a great choice. I think, what are we going to do? I mean, we could coup Angola and pretend, but he's already got access to France, so I'm not that worried about France. Like, we're going to lose Europe. That's okay. Asia is not very pleasant. I could move in to defend. I could try to protect Pakistan. Hmm. Let's threaten him in Italy and see what he does. If he's got a 3-op, he can repair that. It's no problem. He's not going to be expecting that. We've got Truman, so we can clear him out. He might have a scoring card, in which case he's just screwed and he's lost Europe, at least until next headline. He doesn't. He's reinforced it, so that didn't work out for us. Sad. Okay. Do I want a coup? I don't want to give him Romanian abdication. Let's throw Romanian abdication into space. It didn't work. Okay, so this isn't a very good opening. Let's take a look at second turn headline. Where are we? He's in the lead in Asia. Even though we're superficially tied, he's got the ability to take these 2, maybe these 3 battlegrounds before I do anything. I'm ahead in the Middle East. But he's got a beautiful coup target here in Egypt, and he can pretty much walk into France anytime that he wants. What are we going to do? Well, we can headline Middle East because that's for VP. He has no presence. Red Scare is such an attractive option for the US, though, because the USSR can't do anything about it. So let's do that. Whatever he does, Red Square is going to hurt him. All of his cards this turn are going to be -1. So what was his first move? His first move was Nazi scientist. That was his headline. So we're waiting now for his first turn. He couped in Egypt. That's sad. Let's coup that back because we've got Egypt scoring. Sorry, we've got Middle East scoring. So it's better for us not to have him screwing around here. Good job. Good job, revolutionaries. If I was him, I'd be strengthening Asia. I've got the China card. That's interesting. Maybe I could take him out of North Korea. That would be. He probably wouldn't be expecting that unless he's watching. If he's watching. Okay, let's do that. Play ops. Let's. We've put him under red purge or red scare, so he's -1. He can't take North Korea back very quickly. Ah, oh, he's scrambling. It's beautiful. But Tuco, scrambling is not going to do anything for you because you are purged, my friend. Or, yeah, he's purged. USSR gets purged. So Warsaw Pact, a lot of people don't like Warsaw Pact. It's not great. It's kind of giving him VP in Europe, but it's got to play at some point. And if it's live, NATO. So I'm never afraid of playing Warsaw Pact, unless it's also good to have it out of the game because you don't want to be defending yourself as the U.S. moving U.S. influence in late game, and then Warsaw Pact comes over and you're just stripped out of the whole region. So we'll see. Is he going to defend Asia? I kind of feel that our China card play into North Korea has been very successful. Korean War is my 2-op card. I don't want to give him a 2-op card. I think I want to spend Truman and I want to get Lebanon because Lebanon gives me domination in the Middle East and I've got Middle East scoring. So one battleground, more non-battlegrounds than him. He's playing destalinization. He's got all these great cards. It's tough. But I'm going to score the Middle East. We're going to get some points from that. And I don't think there's anything you can do in North Korea. Normally with destal, you want to be spreading. It's one of the few cards. It and decolonization, which you used earlier, you're going to get out of Asia over there and you're going to spread over into North and South America and Africa. Otherwise, you've got to coup your way in, which can be harder if the U.S. knows what it's doing. You know, U.S. there, if you want to stop the USSR from spreading, look for the cards in your headline phase. They're going to lower DEFCON. So destalinization, we'll see the card. He gets to relocate influence points. Okay, so you can see he's trying to get a footprint here, a foothold, and he's moved into Pakistan. What are we going to do? Well, let's score the Middle East. 7 VP. You know, I'm not a big fan of letting him do what he's done, but don't have much choice. And this is our last turn. So in the last turn, I think we're looking at Vietnam revolts. Yeah, let's take Vietnam revolts. We got to give it to him at some point. And we're just going to be reinforcing Asia this way. So he's got to play the China card to get North Korea back. So we're moving into third turn. US is in a decent position. USSR is also in a decent position, though. Let's be honest. So headline, we have defectors looks good to me just because I don't trust Tuco. I've got a low op hand, a 1, a 2, a 2, a 2, a 2, a 3, and my higher op cards are all these Soviet cards. So he's going to get his first turn coup. If I were him, I would be going for Panama. Given that he's probably going to go for that, we're probably going to want to be spacing destal or decall and maybe take Africa as soon as DEFCON is lower. So let's stop him at least from headlining something damaging. Defectors. Defectors wouldn't have hurt me at all. Okay, what's he going to do? If he patches North Korea, I'm going to try to coup him out of Venezuela or Panama, or possibly up here. That's what he's doing. And honestly, there's not much I can do in Asia right now. But it does give me first turn coup, and I don't have strong cards at all. I want to get rid of blockade because I want to get rid of De Gaulle. So we're just going to use special relation. Is NATO in play? No, NATO's not in play, so it's kind of useless. Let's just try to get him out of Venezuela. There we go. And so that lower DEFCON, it puts us on more equal footing here in the Americas. Because if he can take Argentina, I can take Brazil. I shouldn't have needed to check that. Okay, so he's probably asking himself, how the hell do I win? VP is at 6. And the bad news is the way he's going to win is he's going to take Europe and he's going to score Asia, just the way he just did. Fortunately, VP is still up. We're in a decent position. Um, I would like to get rid of blockade. So that means we're going to chunk De Gaulle, but I'm not sure if we should do it yet. Maybe we can take Panama. And we're going to need to play. Let's just get rid of Korean War. Maybe he gets it, maybe not. Event 4 ops. South Korea wins. Okay. That at least cements it. It's going to make it a lot harder for him to establish a foothold in Central America. So where are we? What's his options? I mean, he can he should be reinforcing control over Europe right now because you can see he's pretty close to scoring domination, but he doesn't have a non-battleground, so there's nothing he can do. Um, he's trying to reinforce control over Asia. I'm not that worried about it. I think I will eventually get control over Japan. I am concerned about all of these garbage cards of his that I have to play. There's absolutely no way I want to give him decolonization. And so why don't we try to take some of these? So we're going to play Arab-Israeli war. It's not great, but I've got defensiveness in Lebanon and Egypt, so we'll probably go my way. We're going to play this for ops. Then for ops, let's see. Good job, Israel. And we're going to take Angola, and we're going to take Brazil too. When mid-war comes in, there are a bunch of cards like brush war that can flip countries if they're not surrounded. So you kind of, when you're spreading out, you want to be careful to not just control one country. There we go. Okay, he's playing U.S. Japan Defense Pact. That's going to give me control of Japan, and he's cementing control of Europe. Good job. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to need to give him Cuba because we can't space both of these. We could hold blockade. So that's a possibility. Let's dump decolonization into the space race first, though. We absolutely don't want to give him that because it's going to give him 2 battlegrounds. It gets him here. It's absolutely going to get him. And our choices there, we've got 2 cards left. We're going to need to play Fidel either way. So the choice here is, do we play blockade and dump De Gaulle, or do we give him control of France? I think we're going to get rid of. Let's get rid of blockade. We need to discard a 3-op card. It's simply better to protect West Germany, I think, at this point. And either we take Zaire. Let's take Zaire. And this gives us Fidel. Fidel's our last card. Okay, good. Good, some VP for me. What am I going to do? Let's threaten to move into Argentina. And what else can we do? And maybe we can threaten to move into Nigeria here too. That's hard to respond to. If he has Che, he has a good chance at a double coup, but it's unlikely to come up. So we're into round 4. Mid-war cards are coming into the deck now. Let's review the map. He's ahead in Europe. He's ahead in Asia. I'm ahead in the Middle East. I'm ahead in Africa. And honestly, I kind of think I'm ahead in South America too. This should be his territory. Central America, I don't feel so good about. It's going to be easy for him to take something. So let's take a look at what the headline cards in play are. Beautiful. I've got Voice of America. Voice of America is great because you're removing USSR influence. So it's kind of the anti destel. We can play this to start stripping his influence out of regions. Because of this, I don't want to play it right away. I'd rather let him place into a region. And then when DEF CON is at 2 and he can't actually coup me out of it, then we're going to pull him out. What he's probably looking at is he's looking at the US threat to expand into Nigeria and Africa and Argentina. And so he's probably going to be looking for a card like Junta that lets him place into Argentina and then coup. That would be a good opening for him. So let's create a crisis for him. Given the fact we have the China card, attractive options are Usuri, because that's 4 ops into Asia, which means we can threaten Pakistan and Thailand. That would be a good headline. Where are we on stats? Let's see. I got a little game casting. Stats, we're tied in Battleground, so I can't get VP from Kitchen Debates. I could try to pull a card from him. I think Usuri is the move, though. Let's create a crisis point for him. So Usuri, I get to place 4 influence, and it's a crisis mode for him. He's now got, the US is now threatening 3 things. The bad news is we've just given him a nuclear test ban, I suppose. So he could try to realign me out of West Germany. But fortunately, we've got the China card. So if he does that, we just take France. Okay. So DEFCON is 2. DEFCON's 3. I was originally planning to take North Korea. I was assuming he was going to coup, but he's not. He hasn't couped. He's given me a weak card with the option of a coup. So I think the move is to coup Algeria, because then he has to coup one of these 2. The alternative is I could take Argentina and force him to coup there. That's a better move. We're going to give him back the coup. We've taken Argentina. We're basically saying we're threatening him in South America. So in order to keep South America balanced, he's going to need to coup somewhere here, or we're going to take the region. And if he does coup, we can use the China card to take North Korea, which is a decent move. And bear in mind, we've got Voice of America, so we can actually strip him out of. This game has just turned very, very positive for the US. And I think Usuri was a good headline. He's probably panicking now. Tuco, if you're watching this video and panicking, I know that you know that you're losing at this point. I'm gonna check in chat. Hey Tuco, I know that you know that you're losing. You can see the pause. Okay, we'll take a look at some of these cards. Oh, Voice of America, I love it. We can strip him totally out of South America. Okay. So what are we gonna do? I think we take North Korea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodbye. And let's take Algeria as well. We can spend the extra op in Asia. It's got to be in Asia. Okay, well, South Korea. We're not going to get South Korea, but he might get scared. He might get scared and defend South Korea instead of moving it to Brazil, which is what I do. U.S. is not seriously threatening Asia at this point. He's still got. He can. Okay, beautiful. He's a sucker. Lesson here is that Tuco's a sucker. I wasn't scared about South Korea. Who cares about that? What I wanted South America. So there we go. And I'm taking Nigeria there too. So this has been great. good job to the Americans. The Cold War is swinging your way. Um, yeah, he thought he was losing last game. He was until mid-war. So this can turn around. That's the problem in this game. You can lose even when you're winning. So, shuttle diplomacy is good. He's being forced to play it. Let's pull back on the map now. What I'm worried about as America, I'm worried that there are some cards that really help him in the southern tip of Africa. So I want to reinforce Angola at some point. There's Muslim revolutions, which can clear me out of the Middle East. So it would be good to have a bigger footprint there. And I'm really weak in Europe. So I should reinforce Germany. Given this, I think we can also see, let's see stats. US is ahead on battlegrounds. Kitchen debates is a pointless card, so let's event it and at least get the ops. There we go. I suppose I should also be careful with Uruguay because he might take that and then try to move me out of, realign me out of Brazil. But let's see. Africa's looking good. 2 VP for 1 op is a good deal anytime you can cash that in. Maybe I should have defended myself better first. But I've got Voice of America in my back pocket, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. We'll use Turan. I'm doing well. So we're going to reinforce Angola, and we're going to take Uruguay, which is defensive. We don't want him to be in control of Uruguay because then you can see he's kind of trapped me in on both sides. And you can use realignments. He'll be a +1 on the dice, and we both roll dice, and the difference in dice we get cleared out. That's the easiest way for him to flip me, given the setup that's going in South America. And what I should do, I should VOA him out of Pakistan ASAP. Play Quagmire? I've got such good cards. Okay. So I sacrificed my least bad card. What I want to do is, I've had a blue hand, so I want to hold Ask Not What Your Country Can Do. But it's terrible. I can't. I'm going to have to use ops to reinforce that. That's tough. Good job, Tuco. Okay, so what are we going to do? West Germany is a bit weak. He might be gunning for a realignment. He might have placed into West Germany in order to realign me out. If that's the case, he might be playing a card that pushes up DEFCON to 5. In that situation, We Will Bury You, which costs me ops, is an expensive defense option. But because I have no other way of lowering DEFCON in the headline, that pushes DEFCON to 2. Yeah, I don't like my options, but let's. So we're going to do that. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm paranoid because if I lose West Germany, I lose the game. Fuck. Okay. So he's played Brezhnev. This is going to be an ops-heavy assault by the USSR this round. And at least he doesn't get first-turn coup. We stopped him from getting first-turn coup. So he's not going to be able to coup us in South America. And I think we can use our... He's got an ops advantage. Not great. Let's see what he does. We should probably reinforce West Germany ASAP. So, let's play Nora. Play ops. 1, 2, and we've got Central America. So let's reinforce Panama because we've got this Central America scoring card. So because he's ops dominant, I'm just paranoid about him using those ops to bully me everywhere on the board. He's trying to bully me in South America here. I don't want that. I mean, we've got VOA. We can bully him too. Maybe we shouldn't put up with his shit. But maybe we should. Mm, okay, we're gonna give him Allende. You can have some more ops in Chile. I don't worry. Don't care about that. I do love Chile. It's a beautiful country. I don't know why everyone doesn't just move to Chile. Probably because it's such a good country that, yeah, it doesn't make sense. What are you going to do? Tuco, you're going to coup Uruguay again? Is that your plan? You're just going to keep this up the entire turn? He might have South America scoring. If he has South America scoring, okay, he's triggered Bear Trap. This is beautiful. But what did he do with it? He placed in North Korea. Okay, so this is my opportunity to flip this guy. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to play VOA. He's expecting us. So VOA, we get to remove his influence. Where can we remove his influence? Let's not care about North Korea. Let's um, let's move him out of Venezuela and Pakistan. Congratulations. Maybe we should have taken one op out of Central America. That might have been good. But it's like, okay, you can have North Korea back. I will take Pakistan. Thank you. And I'll take Venezuela. It's going to take him time to get over to even get influence into Pakistan. Oh, and he's stuck in Bear Trap. Even better. So let's, in this situation, what do? We can take, let's take Venezuela. He's not going to like that. South America, this Bear Trap is a disaster for the USSR. South America's just fallen. Uh, US, you generally want South and Central America. It's kind of your domain, in the same way that the USSR wants the Middle East. So he's out of Bear Trap now. He can take North Korea, I think, anytime. Um, I think our move is to. What is our move? Do we have a move? Is it even appropriate to be calling things moves? Let's. I mean, we got to dump CA scoring at some point. He's going to get a VP from it. Maybe we'll play nuclear subs first and just take Mexico. That's another. It's another VP for us. It makes Central America a bit less of a disaster. And I mean, he can repair Asia. He's ahead in Asia. He's ahead in Asia. He's ahead in Europe. Pick card. Central America scoring. This is actually we've done surprisingly well as the U.S. because if you look, our cards haven't been heavy hitters. The best card we've had was VOA. Otherwise, it was like twos and threes. And he's had Brezhnev. And we started him off with this DEFCON lowering because I'm paranoid about West Germany. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Like, look at that again. Five. Fortunately, we've got this one op card. We already control Egypt. No, you cannot have West Germany Tuco. So we're in the middle of mid-war. I'm looking at my cards, and I'm actually going to go to the washroom. So hold on. Let's. We're going to take a quick break here. Tuco, I've got to go to the WC. Back in five. You guys can take a look at my cards in the meantime, and you can see what you would headline. I've got an obvious choice. Okay, I'll let him know we're back. Hey, Tuco, we are ready, almost ready, because I want to talk a bit about our cards. What do we see? Okay, Red Scare, Red Purge. It's always a lovely headline. I'm not going to go with it this round. It's more dangerous as the USSR because you can get defected with it. Africa scoring, I never like to score. I never like to score them in the headline phase unless I know I'm going to lose it and I'm trying to dump it. And if you're the USSR, sometimes you're going to do it just in the hope that the US is paranoid and defects you. I've got Lone Gunman, which is dangerous. That's got to be my hold card, or I've got to figure out a way to dispose of it. But it's harder for the USSR to force me to lose a card. So the winning option here for me in headline almost always is grain sales to Soviets. The other move is I could ABM treaty, keep DEFCON high, and then dump Lone Gunman. But grain sales, let's go with grain sales. We'll live on the edge. Salt negotiations. So he's pushed DEFCON to 5. He's trying to realign me out of West Germany. Unfortunately, I have grain sales. So that was the right choice because I get to coup, and I'm going to coup him in Africa, I think. Although we could go for Thailand. Anyway, he's going to try to get a card, but I've got ABM. We're doing okay. Not that worried about Tuco. Let's see. We can even try cooing Italy. It depends on what we pull. The other beautiful thing is, because we pull a card from his hand, we might actually pull the card that he picks. So if he picks a nice fat 4-op and we pull that 4-op, so beautiful. Let's see, though. So he retrieved nuclear test ban treaty. So he retrieved a 4-op. He wants to realign me out of West Germany. He's going to be in control of Europe. He's going to win. But Willy Brandt actually is going to give him one influence there. So we're going to return that card. And we're just going to coup. And, I mean, we could go with Thailand. But a coup in Italy, maybe it works. DEFCON goes down to 4. He can't realign me out of West Germany. We've protected Europe. So let's see what he does. That's his plan. That's why he moved that influence into West Germany. He's going to keep at it. What a terrible coup. Tuco, you got to learn to coup. So DEFCON is now, amazingly, DEFCON is 3. And I was not expecting this at all because normally the USSR doesn't push us up. I guess Tuco's getting greedy. I'm going to use this opportunity to dump Lone Gunman. And I'm going to play it event 4-ops because dumping Lone Gunman, it's your DEFCON suicide card. If you can't dump it, you don't want to play it when DEFCON's at 2 because your opponent then coups any of your battlegrounds and you're toast. There we go. So he's lowered DEFCON, but here we go. I get to go into Nigeria. So it's a pretty safe play. I'm really pleased with how we handled that. Honestly, that headline, the US, good job, David. Good job, Saito. Tough luck, Tuco. Didn't work out for you. US is still a bit ahead in Africa. We've got Africa scoring. Brush War, Angola. Yeah, but so, it's going to be a long hand ahead. I'm not that worried about Africa. Let's Red Purge and Red Scare this guy. We've got ABM, so we can always go in. We can just place in Desire. He needs a 4-op to match us. Select a non-controlled. Okay, well, we'll get you out of Yugoslavia. It's fine. So, OPEC. Normally I need to worry about OPEC, but I'm not going to worry about OPEC. Play ops. Event after ops. He doesn't have any battleground. We're just going to take Africa. He's purged. Good luck, Tuco. We're going to walk all over you this turn. I don't think there's much you can do. Liberation theology, I don't care about your liberation theology. I'm going to repair that. And I'm going to repair that with this 3-op card. And I'm going to put one into South Africa because, wouldn't you know it, Africa's going to score this round. Probably it would be a really good time to space. One of the problems is I don't have a lot of flexible ops. Che could be problematic. I might need to sacrifice. Cameroon. It's ABM is a tough one to give up. I think we might actually give it up. No, I don't want to do that. After ops. 1, 2, and let's prevent him from attacking Uruguay effectively. He's going to flip Cameroon. It's not great for scoring Africa, let's be honest. He's playing well. But I think South America hasn't scored. I don't think Central America has scored. And as long as he can't realign me out of Argentina, we're good. So it's his turn. He knows I've got Africa scoring. He's got this 1-op card. What are we going to do? Well, we could break his control of Algeria. We want ideally to have a non-battleground, and we want more battlegrounds than he has. I think we just want to dump Africa, though. This gives us ABM. ABM's a great card. It might be, do we want to try repairing or taking some countries in Europe in case he really makes a play for West Germany? That might be an interesting move. What did he do? Oh, he's trying to realign me. So I've got ABM treaty. You know what? I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to just space South African unrest. Maybe I get a VP from it. Didn't work. I'm holding the card. Now, I actually want to check unplayed. These are the unplayed cards. So I should be worried about Muslim revolutions and socialist governments. What cards does he have? So what I'm going to do is, this is a tough one. DEFCON, because I can also coup Thailand. Is he going to have anything? Here that lets him he has nuclear test ban, so he can pump DEFCON up again. Because of this, I think the move is, like, I would go first, and then he'd still be stuck up there. I think the move is how I learned, how I stopped worrying. If he pushes DEFCON up, we're just going to push it back down. So we're going to set DEFCON to 2 because that's going to prevent him from easily flipping something in Africa. He can. Let's be realistic here, folks. Flower power. Oh, he's making the play for West Germany. Okay. I don't have a lot of 4-point cards. This might be dangerous. Let's see. China? Oh, he probably has Muslim revolutions. He might actually win. This would be terrifying. Yes, and he has China. There you go. And he's got China. This is not good. I think I just lost. Okay, so is there anything we can do? Mm, cards unplayed. Mm, I don't think there's anything we can do. I think we're toast. I think we just lost the game. Fucker. That's what happens when you've got this op powerhouse, though. Like, look at that. That's flower power, 4 ops. Nuclear test ban treaty, 4 ops. Muslim revolution, 4 ops. China card, 4 ops. That's 16 ops and 4 cards. Oh, and socialist governments. That's why you kind of want to keep control. So things aren't looking good. We may be able to force him into a loss. So let's try to. What do we want to do? Let's play puppet. And we're going to put influence into 3 countries that don't have influence. Okay. That's terrible. So that's how you lose. That's how you lose a game of TS in Europe. You just get blown away on ops, and they take West Germany. And I got to dump this scoring card too. Look at that. And I felt so confident 2 turns ago. It just evaporates. What I should do maybe is get him out of. You see, it just blows my game. Plays 2 influence in Central or Southern America. So can we make a run at ops before he destroys me in Europe? That's an interesting question. Play event. So we're going to put 2 ops there. We're going to realign. Let's try to get him out of Chile, and we'll try to get him out of Cuba. Didn't work. So I lose the next time Europe scoring plays. I may be able to manage it. We're going to find out. This is not a good situation. He should be reinforcing all of this stuff. I don't know why he hasn't reinforced West Germany and France. Because one of the things that I can do, there he just did it, is I can try to break control in the headline, and then if I get it in break control at the end of the turn, and then if I get Europe scoring, I dump it. So okay, so the good news here is I've actually got something I can do, because I can use Chernobyl to stop placement into Europe. And then I just need to break one of those. So if he headlines Europe, I'm fucked. If he has Europe and he plays it first round, we're going to prohibit placement in Europe. If he plays Europe now, I lose. If he doesn't have Europe, I have a very, very expensive ops battle to just take one of the battlegrounds from him. No good. Oh, good news is I've got Star Wars, so if there's something I can space to get ahead of him, that's important, because that would give me access to anything in the discard pile. And there's a bunch of stuff in the discard pile that's quite attractive, especially Eastern European unrest. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we can't worry that much about Africa. We've just got to take care of Europe. So we're going to play Solidarity. At least we don't lose immediately if Europe scores. He can't be pleased with that. I mean, he did really, really well in Europe. Fortunately, we're not idiots. So what are we going to do? Well, I don't like him trying to do more in... I don't like him trying to do more there. I can't do... Okay. We'll take Pakistan more into Poland. We'll do this slowly. We're going to space the reformer. I don't want him putting more influence. And that's great because we're ahead. So our next move is playing Star Wars unless he spaces. He might be smart enough. Fuck, he's not a dumb guy. So what do? Improve DEF CON. I kind of feel we don't have a lot of great moves here. Let's at least take Europe. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we're going to need to over control this. He's going to want to raise DEF CON again to 5, realign me out of Poland. I've got to be paranoid about that. Fortunately, I've got CIA created, so I can hold that as a headline. Because that will let me coup in the headline if I need to. Reagan bombs Libya. Now, here's what I think we do. I think we're behind on ops. We're in war games territory. Let's get this guy out of... Okay, well, we're trying to realign him out of Cuba, and we're going to try to realign him out of Chile. So that we can be dominant in these two regions and get the VP from regional dominance. North Sea oil, what does that do? I think that cancels OPEC. Yep. You know, I could play the China card to take it. Just play Star Wars. What are we looking at? Does he have Asia scoring? I've got 3 and 1 VP. He's got... So we are 5 versus 5, and we're going to put 1 more in Pakistan just defensively. 1 more op. 6. I don't like spending the China card so late in the game, but like, what's his play? I don't get it. Is he just flailing because he knows he's going to lose? If I were him, I'd be cooing. Haiti to protect Cuba. I mean, Marshall Plan is not a... Well, I guess we are protecting Western. There we go. Sweden's probably the only game I've ever placed stuff into Sweden. So this is our last. What are we gonna do? I think we play Glasnost. It pushes up VP by 1, and it gives us, it's going to give him VP. It might give him the game through war games. It's either that or we dump Star Wars, but maybe we just got to dump Star Wars and keep up with these realignments. 1. There we go. Oh, do I want an extra turn? Do I want an extra turn? Reinforcing Poland might be a move. Okay. Let's play. Let's just do that.